In the afternoon, the street lamps are coming on. It looked like something out of Wizard of Oz, like really scary stuff.
CAL FIRE officials say the wildfire has scorched more than 150,000 acres and destroyed nearly 500 homes. It's only 19% surrounded. Santa Monica police say there will be an increased presence near the pier this afternoon because of an anti-COVID-19 vaccine rally. The police chief says opposition groups are also expected to show up, which could make the area dangerous. In an effort to prevent violent outbreaks, the Santa Monica City Council adopted an emergency ordinance last week banning people from bringing items such as bats, plastic pipes, and bottles to protest and other community events. More health insurance companies are saying no to free COVID care.
70% of the nation's largest health insurance companies are no longer waiving COVID costs. The Kaiser Family Foundation said its rationale is picking up the tab for a COVID patient's hospital stay runs counter to encouraging Americans to get preventative care, like vaccines. A new CDC study shows the risk of being hospitalized is 29 times higher for people who are not vaccinated compared to those who've gotten their shots. The Kaiser study also found another 10% of health insurance providers say they'll phase out cost sharing by the end of October. Amy King, KFI News.
Dr. Anthony Fauci says the Biden administration is keeping its guidance that people get COVID-19 vaccine booster shots after 8 months, even though some studies say they may need them sooner.
Although we're sticking with 8, we're remaining flexible that if the data tells us differently, we'll make adjustments accordingly. But for now, we're sticking with the 8.
Fauci says the FDA and the CDC are working together to figure out the best recommendations for the booster shots. Justin Bieber has set a new record on Spotify. The platform says Bieber has 83.3 million listeners, which is the most listeners an artist has ever had on Spotify. The Weeknd is in second place with 74 million listeners, and Ed Sheeran is in third with 72 million. A crash finally clearing on the 5 in Boyle Heights.
5 southbound before Cesar Chavez, a long-running crash. An investigation has finally cleared from lanes, but you're stopped from the 510 split. In Elysian Park, a crash cleared on the 110 southbound at Stadium Way. You're on the brakes from Academy Road. And then a slow-go on the 110 southbound between Hill Street and 5th Street. Downtown LA, the 101 northbound, you're on the brakes between Cesar Chavez and the 110 freeway. And through Monterey Park, the 710 north and southbound between the 10 and Valley, all lanes closed in both directions until noon. That's for a filming project. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
It's heating up outside next.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.93 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.93 APR. Second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.93 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation and the Financing Law. Number 603B787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
New vehicles are arriving daily at your Toyota dealer, with more on the way. That makes now the perfect time to take advantage of Toyota's national sales event. There are great deals on stylish Camrys, sporty RAV4s, even on rugged Tacomas. So whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, a hybrid, crossover, truck, or SUV, your Toyota dealer is the place to be. And today is when you want to get there, during Toyota's national sales event.
It's easy to buy or lease any new Toyota, and easy to own one. Because every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care no-cost maintenance. You're covered for all normal factory-scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. Performed by certified technicians using genuine Toyota parts. See your dealer for Toyota Care details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
Angie Plus is now Angie. Summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From lawn care to new patio, Angie makes it simple to connect with pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the happiness guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
Rick Edelman, #1 New York Times best-selling author and founder of Edelman Financial Engines, takes questions on his radio show.
Hi, Rick. I have a pension and can take it as monthly income or a lump sum. Which do you think is better?
Well, the monthly check is only as safe as your employer's ability to pay it. And the amount will never rise, so inflation will erode its value. You have no access to the principal, and when you die, the money stops, even if you die tomorrow. So we usually recommend the lump sum. You get to invest the money however you want and generate your own income. You have full access anytime, and whatever's left over goes to your spouse or kids. But for some workers, the monthly option is better, so you should meet with a financial advisor to be sure that you're doing what's best for you.
That's Rick Edelman, founder of Edelman Financial Engines, with his advice on pensions. If you have a personal finance question, talk to an experienced financial planner at 888-PLAN-RICK or visit rickedelman.com. Southland weather from KFI. Sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s for the beaches, mid to upper 80s for Metro LA and Inland OC, low to mid 90s for the valleys, triple digits for the IE. Right now it's 75 in Fountain Valley, 83 in Laguna Hills, 81 in West Covina, and 72 in Long Beach. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Layla Muhammad.
Here, the tech guy. Yes, that's me. Time to talk tech, computers, the internet, home theater, digital photography, smartphones, smart watches, you know, all that jazz, all that rigmarole. 8888 Ask Leo, that's the phone number. 888-827-5536. I said it real slow there. Is that okay? Okay? 8888 Ask Leo. That's the number to call if you want to talk tech. We can talk about computers, the internet, home theater, digital photography, smartphones, smart watches, all that jazz. 8888 Ask Leo. There's a website. Yes, of course. What kind of tech guy would I be without a website? TechGuyLabs.com. TechGuyLabs.com. And at that site, you will find everything we talk about. This is show 1824. James DeRuvo's taking notes. So that means it'll all be up there. Answers to your questions, questions to your answers, comments, suggestions, links, even audio and video. Yes, we make video of this radio show, as exciting as it is. All will be there for free. No sign up or anything. I know, I should probably charge, shouldn't I? No, it's not worth anything. It's just there for you. So if you hear something, you don't have to write it down. You can find it there. TechGuyLabs.com. Well, this is kind of a surprising headline. European agency advises against using search and browsing history for credit scores. What? Search and browsing history for credit scores. People must be doing that, or they wouldn't be saying they shouldn't do it. It should not be used for the assessment of credit scores and credit worthiness. This comes from the European Data Protection Supervisor. The EDPS considers that inferring customers' credit risk from data such as search query data or online browsing activities cannot be reconciled with the principles of purpose, limitation, fairness, and transparency, as well as they're just throwing words in now, as well as relevance, adequacy, or proportionality of data processing. That's a lot of words. Therefore, the EDPS, European Data Protection Supervisor, that's me, recommends explicitly extending the prohibition to search query data or online browsing activities. Are financial and credit services looking at our search records? Our social media posts? That's scary. That's scary. So, I don't know if they're just saying, well, don't do it in case you were thinking of it, or if they're saying, people are doing this, you should stop. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I guess it's probably the case, if they could, they would. And I guess they can. I guess they can. You know how big these app stores have gotten? We now know how big Google's App Store, Google Play Store is, thanks to the lawsuit from Utah and 36 other U.S. states or districts suing Google over antitrust violations of the App Store. A new filing says that Google, in 2019, 2 years ago, generated $11.2 billion in revenue from its mobile app store. Well, there you go. Wow. Oh, even better. So 11.2, that's just revenue. How much profit? Oh, $8.5 billion. $8.5 billion. That's a 62% profit margin. Nice work if you can get it. It just shows that 30% that Apple and Google charge to developers, it might be a little higher than it has to be. That's a lot of profit. They're making money. This is kind of a little battle going on between developers and these big companies who say you shouldn't be charging so much, and the big companies who say, yeah, but we give you, look what we get, look what you get, look what you're getting. Come on, that's good stuff we're giving you. The free app store and all that. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I mean, in the old days, you'd give up half of your revenues to the brick and mortar store that sold your software, not to mention the fact you'd have to print up CDs and put them in a box and all that stuff. You'd have to make manuals. No need for manuals anymore. We'll just put it in the app store. Wow. So 30% initially seemed like, well, that's a good deal. It's not 50%, and I don't have to print anything. I don't have to even do a manual. I can just put it up on the app store there, and Apple and Google even help promote it. Seems like a good deal to me. But the worm has turned. People are not too happy with that take. Especially, and this makes sense, the bigger companies like Netflix, Amazon, who say, look, this is just riding on our coattails. We're not riding on your coattails. If you have the Kindle app or the Audible audio book app on your iPhone, you can't buy books or anything in the app. You have to exit the app, buy it on Amazon's website, then come back into the app because Amazon doesn't want to give 30% to Apple. They say, well, that's not. We don't even make that much profit. You would just be giving all the profit to Apple. That's reasonable. Now we know it's some profit. $8.5 billion profit for Google in 2019 in the App Store. Apple, I'm sure, is even more. Even more. That's interesting. A little PSA. Start dialing all 10 digits in the phone number. For a long time, even on your cell phone, some of us, not all of us, I know in some areas you have to dial 10 now, right? Do you have to dial 10? This is not a change for you, but I live in the countryside and I could dial 7 digits if I'm calling a local number. Now I'm going to have to dial the full 10 digits, including the area codes, starting, there's a transition. They say, the FCC says, become accustomed to 10-digit dialing now. If you forget and dial 7 digits, it'll still work, but become accustomed. Starting October 24th, a couple months from now, you'll have to dial 10 digits for local calls. If it's dialed with 7 digits, you'll get a recording that'll say, this call cannot be completed as dialed. And then you'll have to hang up and dial again using the area code. This is actually for a good thing, a good reason, but I just thought I'd warn you so you understand what's going on. Almost every state has area codes that are effective here. I think that these are the states where you could dial 7. I think for many places you you've had to dial 10 for a while. Is that right? It's because they want to have a 3-digit code. I think this is completely a good idea. This is just a little trigger warning here. We're going to talk about something that can be upsetting and even dangerous for people. But they want to have a number. Right now, the number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is an 800 number, 800-273-8255. Nice people, really there to help. But they want to make it even easier, and so they want 988. 988, just like, we have 911 for emergencies, 988 for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It will also be for the Veterans Crisis Line. And I think this is good. Mental health crisis counselors will be on standing by. But in order to do that, we have to change how the phone system works, because it means, I guess, 988 now. If you maybe there's parts of the country where 988 is part of a phone number. I'm not sure. This will apply to all telecommunications carriers, all voice over internet protocol service providers. This has been a 2-year transition, but the transition is about to transit. Because October 24th, 10 digits. And then July 16th, 2022, 988 will start working. It doesn't work yet, but it will start working in July of next year. You can consult the North American Numbering Plan Administrator for a complete list of affected area codes. Wow. I didn't know there was a North American Numbering Plan Administrator. I think that person has a desk in the basement and just a lot of printouts and stuff. Or is it a whole office full of people? I don't know. They have provided a list on the FCC website of area codes that are the 10-digit dialing fact sheet. So get ready. I thought I'd let you know, just a little public service announcement. Start dialing 10 digits. When I was a kid, in some small towns, you could dial 4 digits. You didn't even have to dial the exchange. There was, I guess, there's, 10,000 people in the town. See, that actually covers a lot of numbers. I remember getting lost in the woods once with my sister when I was probably 8 or 9. We finally found a house. I knocked on the door. Lady, we're lost. Can we call? And she says, yeah, there's the phone over there. Call 6391. I said, what? Even then, big city kid that I was from Pawtucket, we had to dial 7 digits. She'd only had to dial 4. Confused me at first. She had to. I said, what? I'm sorry, what? 4 digits? She had to come over and dial. We got home safe and sound. But so I guess in those days, even 4 digits, long time ago. 4 digits. Yeah, Captain Pike in our chat room. Loved you in Star Trek, by the way. 4-digit town in the 80s, he said. So even as recently as the 80s, there were still 4-digit towns. Now it's 10. Everywhere it's going to be 10. My number, 8888, ask Leo. 8888, that's 4. ASK, that's 7. LEO, that's 10. 10 digits. 888-827-5536. We can talk high tech. You can ask your questions. Coming up, our panel of experts, Sam Abul Samad, will talk about car technology. We'll talk about digital photography with Chris Marquardt. Got a new assignment. I'll tell you about that. And Rod Pyle, Spaceman, will be here in the third hour. I wonder if he minds me calling him a Spaceman. Spaceman. 8888 Ask Leo. That's my phone number. I'd love to hear from you. Let's talk high tech, you and me. Our show today brought to you, as it is every week, by those good folks at Remote PC. This is actually a great thing to know about now that a lot of businesses are saying, don't come in, stay home. And some businesses are saying, you can stay home. We give you permission to stay home a couple of days a week. It's also great for tech support. Remote PC is exactly what it sounds like, a program to let you access a computer from another computer over the internet. But boy, I mean, that doesn't sell at all, man. This thing is cool. Works on Windows or PCs, which is nice, or Macs, which is nice. So you put it on the computer at work, doesn't matter, Mac or PC. Go home. Then you can log into it from your Mac, your PC, your iOS, or your Android device, and it's just like you're sitting in front of it. You can run the programs that are at work, not at home, right? You can access the company network. It's great for individuals, and because it's $7 a month, a little less than $7 a month, which gives you access to 10 computers, small businesses love it. Like Fifth Point Accounting in Kentucky, they say we have only positive things to say about our experience with remote PC. It's been so good. Leading tech publication Tech Radar says remote PC is the best remote access solution. PC Magazine said remote PC is effortless with a simple interface and learning curve, fast performance, and users can easily transfer files between local and remote desktops. Well, remote PC is even better because I got a special deal for you. How about this? I said $7 a month, right? How about 90% off for your whole first year? Woo-hoo. Now we're talking. Great for remote access of all kind tech support. Go to remotepc.com, sign up today with the offer code LEO, and you'll get 90% off for your whole first year. Remote PC.
This is KFI Am 640.
Layla Mohammed live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. President Biden has met at Dover Air Force Base with the families of the 13 U.S. service members who were killed in the suicide bombing in Afghanistan. Santa Monica police have increased their presence near the pier because of an anti-COVID-19 vaccine rally that starts at noon. Legendary actor, activist, and philanthropist Ed Asner has died. He passed away peacefully this morning, surrounded by family. He was 91. Let's check in on a stall on the 405 in Long Beach.
Northbound at Lakewood Boulevard, that stall's been cleared. Everything off to the shoulder. Watch for slowing as you approach. Claremont, the 10 eastbound at Town Avenue. Crash blocks the carpool and left lanes. You're stopped to go from Orange Grove Avenue. And a slow go through downtown on the 110 northbound between 8th Street and the 101. The 110 southbound slow between Sunset and 5th Street. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
Income-eligible renters impacted by COVID-19 can now get 100% of their past due rent and utility bills paid through the California COVID-19 Rent Relief Program. Landlords with tenants who haven't paid rent because of COVID-19 are eligible for 100% reimbursement too. The application is fast, your information is private, and you won't be asked about citizenship. Apply at housingiskey.com before eviction protections end on September 30th. Brought to you by the California Department of Housing and Community Development.
You know I love cool gadgets. One of my favorites, the Ring Alarm System. It's a powerful, affordable home security system. So easy to install, you can do it yourself in no time, have it up and running in minutes. But what I like about it, peace of mind protection. Check on your home quickly and easily from the Ring app whenever you're away. Enjoy yourself, don't worry. And if something's happening at home, Ring will let you know. And of course, the Ring Alarm works seamlessly with all your other Ring products in one simple app. And I'll tell you what, if you think you check your phone a lot, wait till you get your first motion alert saying, hey, packages just got dropped off at your front door. You'll be hooked, and no more porch bandits. For a special offer on Ring Alarm, go to ring.com/Leo. Protect your home anytime, anywhere with a Ring Alarm. Go to ring.com/Leo for a special offer on a Ring Alarm security kit today. Build a system that's right for your home. Have it up and running in minutes. Ring.com/Leo. Tell them Leo sent you.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is
Pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
24-hour news. More stimulating talk.
You're a little blurry. Focus that camera. Is this the, do you have the Zsa Zsa Gabor filter on the camera there? Well, hello.
Maybe an improvement.
There's a little, they put a little Vaseline on the lens. Kim Schaffer, our phone angel, for a variety of reasons, I don't get to sit in the same room with her. Really, the real reason is because she's loud. She's answering the phone.
I'm not.
Phone's ringing off the hook. Well, you got to talk to people, and I'm trying to do a show here, so we keep each other. It's always been that way, right? It's not because of COVID.
I used to be behind a piece of glass, and I could actually look at you.
In the old days, I could see you. We don't have any glass in the studio. They don't allow me to have glass in the studio. So I get to see you through a camera. Now in focus, by the way.
Yeah, we got that
They
change.
took the Zsa Zsa Gabor filter off. Kim is the person who will answer the phones and talk to you and say, well, that's a dumb question, and then put you right on the air.
I've never said
No, you wouldn't do that.
I just think it.
Do you really?
No, I don't actually.
No, there are no dumb questions.
It's just when I get the calls about the aluminum in my walls and these magazines were
The
ripped
crazy
just for
people,
me.
you could get the...
I go,
You go, Leo's not talking to crazy people today. Maybe you call tomorrow.
I'll give you the hotline for...
It's one of the things I actually love about talk radio is especially late night talk radio. You ever worked late nights? Oh boy, did the crazies
I
come
worked
out.
overnights, but
Yeah.
that was all syndicated, so I didn't have to answer phones.
But the thing is, you're so desperate at 3 in the morning to get any calls, you put them all on the air.
Yeah.
Crazy or not. In fact, you hope you get a crazy call because that's
I'm
entertaining.
sure that's what the host thrives.
Yeah, you draw that one out for a couple of hours. Keep it going. So the aliens are where?
In my walls.
In the walls, huh? Let's not...
Under my bed.
Yeah. Who should I start with here?
I like Andrew in Ventura. He wants to... Maybe you can help him live stream to YouTube from his drone. I don't know. Is it possible?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Thanks,
tried
Kim.
everything, but it sounds interesting.
Well, that's why you call the tech
why you
guy.
call you.
Yeah. Hi, Andrew Leo Laporte, the tech guy.
Hey, good morning. That's me.
What kind of drone do you have?
DJI. I did a lot of research, asked a lot of people, and it turns out, in my opinion, they're the best because they got little tiny ones and they got big ones that do agricultural spray.
Yeah, if you're willing to spend tens of thousands of dollars, you can do anything. I agree. And they also have very affordable drones. They're kind of the king of the drone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have an app. Do you use the app, the Go4 app or whatever it's called?
They've got the Go4 and I've got the smart controller. But let me just point out something before. You were talking about 7-digit, 10 and 7-digit phone numbers.
Yeah.
I know finally why we're going to have the everybody full 3. But you said you dial the 4-digit. Did you know there was less than that?
Less than 4?
There was less than 4.
Do you remember that in your youth?
Not specifically, but when Alex called Watson, I think he dialed 1 digit.
You probably need to dial a digit, just pick up the line and it's connected. We've been on our Security Now show. Steve Gibson has been, for the last few weeks, showing a series of images of early phone towers, like we're talking 1900. And in the earliest days of phones, every line was direct connected to every other line. You had to go to a switchboard and then the operator would say, what number would you like? And then she'd put a patch cable in and you'd be directly connected. There were no switches, so it'd be all line-to-line connected, and in order to do that, they had to have hundreds of thousands of lines on these giant poles. It was really quite the sight. So, yeah, we've come a long way. Now with packet switching and stuff, Although...
I got a quick question.
Yes.
Sorry. I got a quick question about the App Store. There are two things that I just don't understand, and that is why when there's a price on a product, the prices are all over the place, and it doesn't say why. It just says, hey, here are the prices. Anybody's paid anywhere from $1 to $20.
For the same app?
Same thing.
For the same app?
Yeah, if you look on where it says app requires a payment.
Oh, yeah, well, there's different... Yeah, so in-app purchases, that's the in-app purchase segment. And usually the way that works is there's different... You pay more for more features and so forth. This is, you can kind of blame Apple for all of this confusion because they don't give you a lot of choices. So, for instance, I'm out of time. We could talk about streaming another time, and I could talk about the App Store another time. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'll talk to you out the air. Sam Abul Salmon coming up. We're going to talk cars next. You're listening to KFI, AM 640. More stimulating talk. News is next.
I'm Layla Layla Muhammad live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Police in Orange are in a standoff with a person who may be connected to a shooting near Chapman University. The school tweeted around 10 this morning the shots were fired around the southern part of campus, and the shooter is in a home off campus. Officials say the shooting does not appear to be related to anyone at the school. Hurricane Ida has made landfall in Louisiana on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Katrina made landfall as a Category 3 storm on this day in 2005. This person who lives in the area says she did not want to get caught up in another devastating storm.
Just like with Hurricane Katrina, we're not trying to be here for the disaster. So we ain't taking no chances, we're leaving.
Hurricane Ida is a Category 4 storm. The governor of Louisiana says it may be the worst hurricane to hit the state since the 1850s. And actor Ed Asner has died. He was best known for taking on the character Lou Grant in the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Lou Grant spin-off series. He also had roles in the show Cobra Kai and the movies Elf and Up. He was the most awarded male actor in Emmy history with 7 wins. Ed Asner was 91. KFI AM 640 gives the mic to LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva. You can tune in to hear him live and unscripted. Plus, he'll be taking listener questions live on air. That's tonight from 8 to 10. Let's head to a crash on the 10 in Claremont.
Eastbound at Town Avenue, that crash blocks the carpool in the left lanes. You're stopped from Gary Avenue. Boyle Heights on the 5 northbound at Mission Road. You've got a stalled motorcycle. That blocks the left lane. And in Palmdale, the 14 northbound after Pear Blossom Highway. Look out for a crash blocking the right lane. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
Southland weather from KFI. Sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s for the beaches, mid to upper 80s for Metro LA and Inland OC, low to mid 90s for the valleys, triple digits for the IE. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Layla Muhammad.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. Your first step towards your dream kitchen should be a totally free in-showroom consultation with my friends at the Kitchen Store. Experienced kitchen designers, a 7,000 square foot showroom, state-of-the-art computer design, 12-month same as cash financing, pricing that beats the big boxes, all right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, the Kitchen Store is the place for kitchen cabinets. Dial 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN, or find them on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Let's get to know KFI's Employee of the Month.
Do people even know I work here?
Layla Muhammad.
I think in another life I would have been a Navy SEAL. Man, they're just the coolest, most bad people out there. Like in my mind, I would have been amazing at that. And then the other thing I want to do one day, I want to be the voice of an animated movie character.
Congratulations to Layla Muhammad, KFI's August 2021 Employee of the Month. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk.
Salmon is here, our automotive genius. He's a principal researcher at Guidehouse Insights, where he studies big data. He's also worked for the big car companies, and he does a podcast about automotive technology called Wheel Bearings. Wheel Bearings Not Media. Joins us every week to talk about stuff. There's a lot of tech in cars today. Hey, Sam.
Hello, Leo. How are you this
I'm
week?
great. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Happy to be home. Had my last trip for a while. I canceled some other trips that I had coming up.
You were across the street. You didn't say hi. I guess
almost. I waved. I drove by.
It's kind of nice. We live in the studio's up in wine country in Sonoma County, up in Northern California, and I guess the Infinity guys decided to take you up to the wine country to test drive, and they drove all around our area, which is very cool.
And yeah, we actually drove right through downtown Petaluma, part of the drive route. And I waved at the brick house as we drove past it, the old brick house, the old studio. And we had a lovely lunch at McAvoy Ranch, and some excellent olive oil.
Nan McAvoy is a local legend here. Instead of doing a winery with her ranch, she did olive trees and makes amazing olive oil. So,
some fantastic stuff.
She's an heir to the Chronicle family, the San Francisco Chronicle family, so she had a little money.
Yeah.
Beautiful ranch.
So, but that's not what I want to talk about today.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about hands-free driving assist systems.
Yes.
You and I had some history with that. Several years ago, we did a review of GM's first-generation Super Cruise system and the Cadillac CT6.
I enjoyed that, actually. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
And then now there's another one coming out. There's actually multiple automakers are launching hands-free systems this year. GM has launched the second generation of their Super Cruise system, which is much more capable than what you and I drove several years ago. I've driven it a couple of times now. And I think we talked about it a few weeks ago after I drove it on a prototype of the 2022 GMC Sierra pickup. And then I also recently had the opportunity to try out Ford's Blue Cruise system, which you should be getting fairly soon in your Mustang Mach-E. It's launching in the Mach-E and in the Ford F-150 in the next couple of months.
Now, how does this compare to Tesla's full self-driving software?
So none of Tesla's systems currently allow you to technically to drive with your hands off the wheel.
Oh.
They are all hands-on systems.
Okay.
So what we call level 2 automation, there's this Society of Automotive Engineers has a scale from level 0, which is no driving assist at all, up to level 5, which is full automation under all conditions where it doesn't require any human supervision at all. This is what's known as level 2, where the system is capable of doing steering and speed control, but the driver has to remain alert and ready to take over at any time.
That's interesting, because these things aren't perfect,
Right. And
Tesla's being investigated by NHTSA for plowing into emergency vehicles 11 times over the last 5 years.
Well, and just on Thursday, another Tesla ran into a stationary Florida Highway Patrol car near Orlando. So that's